Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Houston versus Dayton college basketball matchup on Sunday, November 19th, 2023. Of course, I do tons of free picks every day, and you can find my best bets over at Pick Dawgz underneath the Premium Picks tab. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Club plays. Those you can only get, though, by texting the number you see on the screen, and those are only for people who make big bets. So call or text if you're a big bettor. But let's get to this one. We've got Houston taking on Dayton. Pretty good matchup in this one. Of course, the Houston Cougars were the #1 team in the nation most of last year, and the Dayton Flyers 22 wins a year ago, but not even a whiff of coming close to the NCAA tournament. You know, this is a team that has started atrociously the last two seasons, and trying to avoid that rough start once again. Dayton really off to a pretty solid start this season, knocking off St. John's last time out, and a couple other nice wins on there. Their only loss so far this season took place against Northwestern, and in the game that they were 5.5-point dogs and ended up actually covering the spread in that thing. But then it's been wins against LSU and a win against St. John's. And for Dayton, it kind of begins and ends with Holmes. He is their best player, Holmes the second. He is their best player. He is an NBA caliber type guy. He's the guy why I really liked Dayton last year and thought that they were going places. And when it hasn't been Holmes this season, it's been Santos, who has been pretty outstanding as well. 18 points last time out against St. John's, including 6 of 8 from the floor and 1 of 1 from beyond the three-point arc. And I think, I think they have Anthony Grant's got a pretty decent team here in Dayton. And like I said, 22 wins a year ago. But I think this year, the expectation is just a little bit higher. Not necessarily, all the wins, but second place in the conference, not where this team wants to be. They want to be the conference champions, and they want to be in the NCAA tournament. And that is how this program should think. Last year, at the beginning of the year, I thought they were a team that had a Final Four type roster. I really did think they were that good. Meanwhile, a team that also has a Final Four type roster the last several seasons is the Houston Cougars, who came up short last year, losing to Miami in the NCAA tournament. They were #1 seed in that tournament and just could not knock off a Canes team that would not be denied. Meanwhile, in the offseason, they picked up LJ Cryer from Baylor, and this guy was a superstar already before he arrived at Houston. And with Shed and Cryer, now Houston really does have another 1-2 punch. I got to tell you, Kelvin Sampson, just one of the great coaches and recruiters of all time. And I think this Houston gig, since he's been there, just cements his legacy in that regard. Remember, he's been good everywhere that he's been. And I think, maybe doesn't get a lot of credit. Maybe took a little bit of a slap because of at Indiana and everything that went down there with the Eric Gordon and the phone call. I don't think it really matters. But I think this game is going to be a little hotly competitive. I'm going to take Dayton plus the points. I think it's going to be a close one, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, be sure to check out our betting tools. They'll tell you how often historically all of the bets on the board have actually hit, and then tell you which ones are most favorable based upon today's odds.